In other words, they enter the lion's lair directly. Cutting someone off in the middle of a question or idea is already brave. It was a poor idea to do it to Joe Rogan, though. Watch out, it backfires. Joe takes disruptions seriously, especially when they occur on his own field. From Steven Crowder to Neil deGrasse Tyson, we're delving into some iconic instances where visitors discovered it the hard way. And it's true that Jaime was once caught in the crossfire. Remember to hit the notification bell and subscribe for more videos like this one.
Future, you can just redirect a comet and get all the water you need, but
how far distant is that?
the comet's everywhere, dude. We're in a shooting gallery.
Yeah, that's not what I asked.
Oh,
how far away do you think it is before we could redirect?
How far away in time?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Because when ice melts, it takes up lower volume than it was when it became ice. And that's why pipes break.
I thought pipes break just because the water expands.
Yeah, I just described that in the opposite direction.
Oh, so because as it freezes it, but I didn't know it gets larger.
That's what expansion means. What's with your vocabulary here? Whatever is your concept, the discoveries of astrophysicists bring you closer to it.
I get your perspective. Let me be the opposing view. They feel
no. I'm not trying to.
No, I know you're not.
This is just information.
Okay.
This is information, and I walk out of the room.
Since this was not Neil's first time on the show, you would think he would be familiar with the routine by now. However, he was still engaging in his usual practice of monopolizing the talk. Even while his scientific observations are fascinating, there's a limit to how much airtime one man can consume, particularly when he interrupts every 5 seconds as if he were rushing to meet a deadline. Joe's tolerance is wearing thin, and the atmosphere is growing increasingly awkward.
Real problem, too, is I think it's
if you value mountain climbing.
That's the thing about
By the way,
water.
every glass. Did you see this?
People's pee is in it.
That's correct.
How much of a?
By the way, all the glaciers are fresh water. Here's something that no one talks about. When the glaciers melt, where does the water go? Where does it go? Just tell me. You know the answer. Just
into the ocean.
Back in the ocean. That's the map of dark matter in the universe. A three-dimensional map.
I've tried to give that a shot.
Yes. No, we don't know what it is, so don't worry about it if you don't understand it.
Yeah, but it's too goddamn confusing for me.
No, it's not confusing at all. It's something out there that has 85% of the gravity of the universe, and we don't know what the hell it is.
That's not confusing?
It's not confusing. It's
if you don't know what the hell it is, it's confusing by nature. When I've talked to other astrophysicists and scientists...
Wait, let me ask. Are these conversations supposed to have a theme or a purpose? Or is it just you sit there and just whatever comes to your head, you send my way?
You and me?
Yeah.
Well, clearly, it's just whatever comes to my head.
If Joe had a chance to express his thoughts at all, this episode had an extremely hostile comment section. Considered to Neil deGrasse Tyson's in a room 1. Viewer remarked, I feel like Neil deGrasse Tyson didn't let the guest speak much. Another added, that's funny, a black hole of disruption would result. Neither of them was able to speak, and their constant criticism would cause them to collapse. The next person to appear was Adam Curry, who dared to interrupt Joe before he could complete a question.
He decided to have an Apple coin.
No, that's...
you'd buy all Apple products with Apple phones, Apple iMacs, and you just invest in... What do you mean no? Hold, please.
I'm going to tell you what it is.
Hold, please. Let me finish. You let people invest in being a part of the company. So you buy coins, and through those coins, you can buy products, and you can invest a certain amount, and the coins go up, you actually make money. The coins go down, you lose money. And as the company keeps doing better, it's almost like another version of stocks or something. And you buy it all through that. Is that possible?
Possible.
Now that you heard me all the way through.
Sorry. It's a very bad habit I have.
That's okay. You're just
I'm
excited to talk.
I'm a fucking know-it-all. I'm very excited
you're smart.
about it.
You're excited to talk.
In case you haven't heard of him, he is the original podcaster. He is referred to as the Podfather by some. He co-founded the iPod program with Dave Weiner, which allowed consumers to download internet radio programs directly to their iPods. In addition, I saw that you haven't yet subscribed or liked the video. What are you holding out for? Adam deserves praise for his speedy recuperation. Nothing compares to the smoldering debate between Joe and Steven Crowder, although he quickly dialed it back after realizing he was interrupting. It's unquestionably one of the most memorable scenes in the program.
Not necessarily true of people allowed to grow
Maybe
it
it's not
themselves.
necessarily true. I'll give you that. But I also think it's not necessarily true that the reason people can't smoke up is because Big Pharma is sitting somewhere, Martin Shkreli going, "Oh, let's make pot illegal."
Well, not that
That's
guy.
my only point.
But there are absolutely people who have lobbied, as we talked about how the prison guard union has lobbied to keep marijuana illegal. There's absolutely pharmaceutical companies have done the same thing. It was revealed in the WikiLeaks memos.
See, this is where I was saying
hold on,
about
don't
this.
interrupt me. Where Hillary Clinton said that she's against marijuana in every sense of the word, right? You remember those
Trump's pretty
WikiLeaks
against it,
papers
too.
that came out?
Yeah.
Is he? He said he would leave it up to the states.
Yeah.
That's actually constitutional.
However, you really don't want to bring up cannabis in casual conversation with Joe Rogan unless you're ready for a heated, no-holds-barred argument. Joe has been vocal about it for years, pointing out its advantages and attacking what he perceives to be falsehoods or unfair treatment. His passion for the topic is evident, but occasionally it verges on defensiveness, particularly when someone resists. As soon as marijuana is brought up, you can practically see Joe revving up to share a flurry of information and anecdotes. He's not the folding kind, though, Crowder. And it was precisely that which set off this heated argument.
Colorado.
Yeah. But another thing that we just wrote about, and again, people get mad with the weed issue.
Economics.
Well, no. Traffic fatalities regarding marijuana have skyrocketed.
Google that, because that's nonsense.
No,
you
we
know,
wrote about
drunk
it on
driving, drunk driving arrests have dropped. What do you mean you've? Well, first of all,
Yeah, we wrote about what the sources
first of
are, the
all,
original studies.
just because someone gets in an accident and they're high.
See, here's-
because hold on, stop.
No, hold on a second. This is
you
because you just
interrupt
want-
way too much.
No,
You need to stop.
you talk in
hold on a
paragraphs.
second. No. I don't talk in
Go ahead.
paragraphs. I make full points. If people are high a lot and the same amount of fatalities exist, but the people that get checked once they get into these accidents happen to be high, it does not necessarily mean that marijuana caused those fatalities. It could be that you have an increased incidence of people doing marijuana and altercations that could not have been avoided.
It could be.
It could be.
But the statistical change is measurable.
Well, what
from
is it?
pre and
You're
post.
talking about in Colorado.
In states where it's been decriminalized.
Let's
or
go with
legalized.
Colorado.
And it continued. In that manner for 10 minutes straight, people were calling Joe a jerk and making fun of him in the comment section for the way he handled it. He eventually wrote a lengthy apology and shared it on Instagram. It said, in part, "Well, this one went awry for a time. In the first place, I actually like Steven as a person, and even though I may not always agree with him, I believe he is a kind man. We discussed marijuana on the show, and by that point, I was quite inebriated and didn't handle the topic well. Based on my own level of remorse following this response, I aimed up," he added. "I really apologize if this offended anyone who saw or listened to it, and I accept full responsibility for it going awry." Although that truly demonstrates his character, I don't think he needed to apologize. Finally, let's discuss one of the few occasions when Jaime was misled. Yes, it is quite humorous.
Turnout, Joe.
Huge
turnout. Gigantic.
turnout. What's the number?
I'll pull them up for you right now.
It was 102 early.
Whoa.
And
I didn't vote because I thought too many people were voting.
Get this.
Isn't the early vote more than all of the vote from
No, it was
Yes.
some years?
Well, yes,
some
that's what I was
years,
going to say. For Texas
How about
specifically.
you let him answer since he's the f***ing expert?
You're looking at me.
Jamie's like, no.
For Texas specifically, yes. Texas passed the total number of votes in their pre-vote.
Just one day before the 2020 elections, the world number to finale aired, and this one is from that program Joe should never forget, to be honest. His jokes always made Jaime laugh when no one else did, and he received an A in physics. So, please respect the name of my guy. Hey, I'd love to know what you think, though. In the comments section below, let's start a discussion. Remember to send your friends the video if you want them to relive these incredible events. Many thanks for viewing, and I hope to see you in the future.